Don't forget to check out Bias Premier League show this week. We've got a brilliant show. Of course, Arsenal sitting pretty at the top of the league. And we'll also be finding out who are the big leader of the week. And our Boohoo Man with White Yardie and also Ty.
Peace.
You don't want to miss it.
Yes, my people, welcome back to AFTV. Welcome back to another AFTV Live. It's me, Cecil G, and Guna Lee. What's going on?
Life's good, man. Life's good.
Yeah?
Can't complain, man. Top of the league, man. I need that. I'm still waiting for that T-shirt from you.
You know what? Nowadays, I can't go anywhere without someone bringing it up. Like before, it was like, people give me the looks like, why the fuck you do that? And now it's like every day, like,
Listen,
bro, you lot better hope you win it, or I want to see that top. And
Life's good, man. Life's good.
Life's good. It's always good. I'm happy. When I'm with you, bro, it's pure laughs. But we crack enough jokes, bro.
Serious, man.
We have good energy, bro. No, it's good. It's a good live tonight. We've got loads to get through. I want to quickly run through some of the things you're going to expect in this live today. We're going to run through just some quick topics. Last night was the Football Blacklist Awards. We were there, myself and Robbie. We're just going to just run over a little few things that happened over there. I want to speak about, you know, Saka's been nominated and Trossard for Player of the Month this month. So has Mikel Arteta for Manager of the Month this month, for the month of March. I want to talk about if City lose their next game and we win our next game, is it over? We're going to go through things like that. Can Arsenal survive without Saliba? One of the topics we're going to discuss. A blessing in disguise, a phrase I hated when Robbie spoke about it when it came to going out of the Europa League, but I'm going to use it in a different term. Us missing out on Mudryk, Caicedo and Felix, was it a blessing in disguise for the people that we got instead? Where does this Arsenal team need to improve? I need one position. We're going to get to this section, so wait, one position. You're only allowed to one position where Arsenal should strengthen this summer. No more than one, I want to know. And then lastly, the top 5 players right now. We're going to spend a long time on that. End of the show, I'm going to get Lee to write his top 5. I sparked the debate in the office today. Robbie wanted to get involved, Lee got involved, so you're going to see all of that. But that's all going to happen towards the end of the show. We're going to go about halfway in and we'll crack onto that. But first, recap of yesterday, Football Blacklist Awards. Everyone's looking dapper, celebrating, you know, the successes in sports media and the black excellence as well there. Really good. Big up Pippa Monique as well. Won an award for media. She is absolutely killing it in her field. So big up Pippa on that. Quickly, right? Actually, I want to say this as well. Tonight, there is a stream on DR Sports. It's an AFTV takeover. I believe it's Robbie, Laurie, Lee Judges and Ty. England versus Italy on DR Sports. Make sure you guys check out. It's going to be full of drama. Will Lee celebrate when Harry Kane scores? Probably not.
Definitely he will not. He will not, and I won't either. So
whoa! Bro. What is it? Is this a Lee thing?
Bro, I'm telling you. I don't know. There's a famous clip of me on AFTV apparently. Where I always say it and I believe it. If England to win anything, Harry Kane can't be part of it. And if Saka's got to lose out, it's the lesser of two evils, bro. So I cannot have Harry Kane winning anything. That's my agenda, and I'm sticking to it.
What you're saying is he's just cursed. Like if he's in the side, even when it's England.
I'll be honest, bro. I just don't like Harry Kane. I think that he's not overrated, but I just feel like there's certain things about him that I just don't like. I feel like he's a diver. I feel he's a cheat.
I hear that side, but he's a great goal scorer.
He is a great goal scorer, but listen, in the big moments, he's always fluffed his lines, and people need to put that into perspective. You know, if you think from 2015, every quarter-final, semi-final, minus the final against Liverpool in the Champions League final, he's fluffed his lines, man. Like you saw it in the World Cup. He didn't miss the penalty. It went over the bar. That shows something different. He's meant to be the best ball striker in the world, or one of. Yeah. You can't be missing the target. I don't know, man. He just wanted to get back to North London. That's why he kicked the ball there. So for me, listen, man, I'm sorry, Saka. I love you, my brother. Ramsdale, I love you, my brother. Ben White, when you were in the winning England squad, I love you. But if you man have to lose out on the World Cup or any European Championship because Harry Kane's part of that team, I'm sorry, man. Then listen, man, I just don't like Harry Kane. I really don't.
I think many Arsenal fans don't. I don't like him either, but because of the dark arts that he does, I don't enjoy watching him do that. But I can't deny, as a striker, he's a very, very good striker.
Bro, this guy, he swore on his daughter's life that he scored a goal. I believe it was against Stoke a few seasons ago, and he didn't touch the ball. That guy's a nasty guy, bro. He's a nut. Bro, go back and watch that.
I know.
He believes that he scored a goal when there's no evidence of him doing it. There was camera angles, 2 or 3 positions, and he still swears on his life up to this day, his daughter's life. That's a nasty kind of guy, man.
Yeah,
that's a nasty guy.
Swear on, especially when he didn't get the touch. Very interested. Just quickly, you want to run through, obviously, again, was at the Football Blacklist Awards, and Saka won an award, Rashford won an award, and Sterling won an award in the same category. Now, who do you think sent the video in? thanking the awards for giving them the award. Well, I want to play some of the video right now.
There are great voices out there, people doing amazing things, so let's all continue to encourage them and try and make a difference where we can. So thank you again and enjoy your evening, everyone.
Mr. Bukayo Saka, Starboy. Like I said, Sterling and Rashford, both players that won the award, didn't want to send the video in, even if they're on international duties. I know Sterling isn't, but even if they're away, the only person to think, I'll send a video in is Starboy. There's nothing more, this kid. And everyone yesterday was like, I don't want to see you lot win it, but Saka, he's a good player. I love him. You've got to love this kid, man. He's unbelievable.
Listen, I think when you look at this player, like, you know, you always talk about, we can talk about humble. We can talk about a person who, you know, we don't know, but from the outside looking in, we just think that this guy's just got everything that you want from your child. Like, everybody that you come across, you want a friend like him. And that's what you look at, and that's what you see when you see someone like Saka. You see such a humble, nice kid. He knows what he is. He knows where he comes from. He knows what he wants to do in the future. He's got just such a good team around him. He's got a good, nice demeanor around him, and he always feels like he just wants to be a normal person, even though he's never probably going to be a normal person. And he's almost, you know, there's that famous movie, The Girl Next Door. He's almost like the boy next door. That normal person, like that normal girl that you kind of want to be with. And that's what he reminds me of.
That's what it is.
He's just a nice young person, man. And listen, for him to send that in, he didn't need to. And listen, I'm sure there were reasons why Rashford and the other players didn't send theirs in. So I'm not gonna, you know, go, you know, too kind of hard on them in terms of why they didn't. But it's just the way that Saka does it and who he is and how he does it. We saw the video he did for Kim K the other day.
Again, but come on.
Again,
bruv. If Kim K is hollering you, bro, there's no way you're not gonna be like,
listen.
Yeah, hi Kim.
Yeah, listen, man, I'll be honest with you, the bad luck she's had.
Yeah, true.
Listen, man, I gotta say my prayers before I go near people like her. But yeah, listen. Anyway, back on topic, man. No, for real though, Saka's he's just the best. Like, to me, I know you got your Grealishes, I know you got your captain Harry Kane, but for me, he is the poster boy. He is England's poster boy, and you know, for him to send that message into to the black. To the award show yesterday, just a really nice touch.
Do you know what, you touched on a very good thing there when you talk about, he just seems like an innocent boy that's just, you know, he is who he is, but he just wants to be a normal kid. Like when he walked past us and stuck his tongue out, like he must understand how big he is. But like, it is mad to think that he's just so humble, so just chilled, probably wants to get on with his normal life, but he just can't because he's just that good of a person and a player as well. So big up Bukayo Saka. Now, player of the month, I'm just gonna give you the nominees here. Are we picking up as an Arsenal, you know, fan base? Is it gonna be an Arsenal player that's gonna win this? The nominees are Isaac at Newcastle, McAllister at Brighton, Mings at Villa, Saka at Arsenal, Salah at Liverpool, and Trossard at Arsenal as well. It has to be coming to Arsenal. Some of those names there, think about Isaac, McAllister. McAllister's been good. Isaac's had an okay month. Mings, he said month of March. Did Mings?
To be honest, I guess sometimes it just shows you the quality. When you got someone like Mings, you know, in a contention to even, I mean, look, Salah for what he's done in the Premier League, but someone like Salah to be in the mention of Premier League Player of the Month for March. I'm like, where do you get it from? Like, what are you watching? Do you know the joke of it? I don't even think Liverpool fans would think that he's been a good player for them this season. So,
bro, I read the names, I was shocked. I was like,
I don't know, but look, listen. Anyway, anytime I talk on someone like Salah, they say that I got an agenda. So listen, I'm not going to say too much in Salah. I'll keep it on the Arsenal players, and I think it's a tough one. Saka's been really good. I think Trossard's been good in terms of performance, but I think Saka's been good in terms of numbers.
Right.
And I think that's where I think they're both worthy candidates. But the Tyrone Mings one is baffling.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Bro, I don't know.
Maybe I missed something, but I watch all these teams, so I'm thinking, where did that one come from? But I think Arsenal, listen, both performances and numbers. I think Trossard with the assists on the month of March. Saka's been doing goals and assists in March and been a star boy as ever. So I expect that to be coming back to the Arsenal camp. But some of those names I had to mention, and I'm intrigued to hear what the comments say as well about some of those.
Isak's been good though. Isak's been good. I feel like he may have not played loads of games.
Yeah, he made impact.
He's come off the bench, but I feel like he's looked good. He's looked good. He's someone who I'm like, you know what? I can see why you've been nominated. I can see, and that's what it is. Like you're trying to find reasons why people are nominated. Tyrone Mings nominated worthy or nomination worthy? Not really. Is Salah? Not really. Solly March? Sorry, not in them.
McAllister.
McAllister, apologies. Yeah, like I think he's been alright, but again, I would have to see a little bit more. So yeah, it's a bit of a tough one to be.
Yeah, and then manager of the month, just quickly so everyone knows, manager of the month nomination for Mikel Arteta. He could be bringing back his 4th manager of the month in a year. That's literally 1/3 of the season. He'll be winning manager of the month if he wins it. He's got De Zerbi, Emery, and Pep to go up against. But yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say on that. Mikel Arteta has been superb.
Yeah. Isn't that a record as well? Is that not a record? If he gets,
it must be.
If he gets 4 in a year, I'm sure that's a record, and hopefully he can get it, man. Hopefully he can get it, because we can't say that he doesn't deserve it.
100%.
Like the players, the way that he's managing this team, the way that he's making sure there's a rotation in the team. That Fulham victory, listen, man, that was signed to something. That alone is
it's unbelievable.
That alone is worthy of winning manager of the month.
Unbelievable.
That performance was ridiculous. So yeah.
After bouncing back off the Europa League, obviously we're getting knocked out, coming in today and just dominating at Fulham, a team that's very good. You're right. I think that deserves really high praise and a mention. Now let's get into the show. Let's get into some of the topics we've got going on here before we get into the main topic at the end. If we win our next game, which is against Leeds at home, and then City lose to Liverpool, we would be on 72 points. They would remain on 61. That's an 11-point lead. Now we can bring up the Premier League table for you right now as well, just so you get a clear idea of what would be happening if we do get those points. Now, where are you at? Because of course we still got to play City. We'd still have to play Liverpool. We'll still have to play Newcastle. We'd still actually have to play Chelsea at home as well. But an 11-point lead with 9 games to go sounds like... I know, the reason why I'm bringing this up, and I want to hear people in the comments as well, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, like, I'm trying not to get carried away. I'm trying my hardest. And we shouldn't. And people tell me here, we've got Turkish here, we've got Robbie, who's always very humble and keeps a level head. He tells me, don't get carried away. But I'm telling you, an 11-point lead with 9 games to go would be mad.
Listen, man, it's so mad because I'm looking at these teams. I'm looking at the teams that we've got to play, and I think the issue is it's the Liverpool. It's the obvious one. It's Liverpool, Man City, and I believe Newcastle. Now
that's 9 points.
I know, and you know what it is, right?
Go on.
The 2 ones that are just for me that are just more important, not even more important, but they're just so difficult to read are the Liverpool away, because Liverpool on paper are a good team.
Facts.
But football's not played on paper, and they're not playing well at, home or away at times.
But what they did to United. So that's
that's the thing, and they've only lost 1 game, I believe, to Leeds at home. That's another thing that people don't realize.
Right.
So they're probably going to look at it and think, right, they can still get top 4 because Spurs are still there are so many mitigating circumstances, I believe, for that Liverpool game. But the one that I'm really scared about is in Newcastle, because it's the fourth game from the penultimate end, from the end. Sorry. So that means that if we do lose that game, there's hardly any turnaround time for us to kind of get it back. And I think, that will drive Man City on to win the league. So that's the Newcastle game is the one that I'm worried about. The Newcastle game is I'm worried just because of where we're at. If we lose against Liverpool and we beat Man City, it kind of doesn't matter because we're still in the same position. We've knocked our rivals' confidence. And I also think that it's at that point where we've got some really, nice games afterwards. So I think it's a difficult one, man. But if we can beat Leeds, which I think we should do. I mean, that's a similar game to the Crystal Palace kind of. We should just wipe the floor with them and do what we need to do. I know they got is it Gnotto? Sorry,
Gnotto. Yeah,
he looks a really good player.
Quality player.
Listen, Bamford, he can still turn up and do a bit of like naughtiness, but defensively they're poor. They're poor, man. I don't trust their keeper, so I think we should wipe the floor with them. It's the Liverpool against Man City, because that game.
Oh, it's massive, isn't it?
And Man City ain't beating. Man City ain't losing to Liverpool
at home.
But it's just, can they get a draw?
Okay.
Can Liverpool get a draw? That's where I'm looking at. So Liverpool, do something this season. Rise your level. You got Mo Salah that you're talking about being player of the month. You need to do something for me. Raise the level for me. So that's where I'm kind of looking at it, and I'm hoping that they can do something, a little bit special. So hopefully, but listen, man, it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be so tight, man. And I think if we do win it, mate.
Let me. I want to put a poll in the chat for this one as well on this question here. Does it go to the wire? Does it go to the last game of the season for you, Lee? And please, if we can get a poll up, does it go to or do you think you don't want to think about it? It's all shit. Bro, do you know, I hate this feeling because it's like, I feel like, when I speak with people now, I'm a little bit I am in disbelief at where we're at. Like where we are right now, the gap we have is, I know, listen, we haven't won anything yet. I'm very aware of that, and you don't want to get celebrated too early, but it's just the disbelief feeling of like, this could actually happen. I haven't fathomed it enough yet. It hasn't really confirmed in my head. Because do I want to believe it? I don't know, because if it doesn't happen, I'm gonna be heartbroken. So it's just like, when I think about these things, the last game, or you spoke about Newcastle, and by Newcastle, you know, I think it's the fourth to last game.
Yeah.
So we might even know by then, but you don't want to think that far.
You know what it is, right? And look, every Arsenal fan, I feel like you need to take real heed with what I'm about to say. Take in what I'm saying to you. Enjoy these moments.
Yes,
we have to enjoy this moment.
Thank you.
You know what? We've waited 19 years to be in this predicament, and we may not be there next season. We may be struggling. We might do a West Ham next season. That is football. Unfortunately, that's the life of modern football now. We have to really enjoy it. But on the same hand, it's so difficult to enjoy it because I'm having heart palpitations. I'm wheezing at the point of thinking, damn, are Arsenal going to slip up against Leeds? Are they going to slip up against Man City and give them the impetus? Are we going to go away and, you know, put in a poor showing against Liverpool? So there are some, and Southampton, where, you know, they can turn up and score a wonder goal from James Ward-Prowse. So it's hard, man. It's hard, but we have to enjoy it. These are the moments you have to live for. But, mate,
does it go to the final game?
Going to the final game, I'm going to say yeah, because I just don't think that Man City are going to give up. And I think we will drop points. So I think Man City will, but I think we will. And I think there's going to be an opportunity for Man City to take the title, but I think we will do it.
Okay.
I think we will do it. But, mate, I'm telling you now, that final game, I don't know where I'm gonna be.
Yeah, you're gonna be a mess.
I'm gonna be, bro. I'm telling you now, I'm taking peppermint tea. I'm taking every sort of thing because my belly's.
Every Arsenal fan watching like this. This is like every Arsenal fan gonna watch the final game.
Yeah, my belly's gonna be gone, man. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to, like, you know, fathom the idea of Arsenal winning the league at home.
I know.
Oh my God.
I
Listen,
know.
and we're right around the corner from Emirates. If people don't know, the studio's right around the corner. So if I'm here, if I'm at the stadium, if I'm at home, I'm coming down.
It's a party. It's a party.
It's gonna be a good time.
But it's nice to think about. These are the things I kind of want to bring up and just let the people know and just kind of think about these things because, you know, it's getting ever so close. Can Arsenal survive without Saliba? Here's a topic now for people in the chat, and it was you, Lee, as well, Lee. Like, we were devastated to find out he was injured. Still don't know how long the injury will be until he's back. They said a couple of weeks, so people were expecting after the international break. But is it vital that he's back for Liverpool? So let me give you the next 5 games, people. It's Leeds at home, then we've got Liverpool away, West Ham away, Southampton, I believe, at home, and then City away. For you, for everyone listening, and you, Lee, is it vital that we have Saliba back, or can Rob Holding see us through, you know, the next 5 games? Because I'm assuming he'll be back within the 5 games. Or like, where are you sat at?
Holding ain't holding nothing down, bro. I'll be real with you, bro. I can't see Holding. And this is the thing. We've got players in our team, yeah? We've got we've got Nketiah, I'll say Nene, and Holding. They are good players, 1 stretch 2 games.
Yeah.
Any more than that, it's a thing where we know their quality. We know that they're not going to be sufficient enough to actually go further and, you know, do what we need to do because we play such a particular way and we need specific players. Saliba's so important because he can play out from the back. Saliba's so important because he can pass out from the back. Right. He's so good because he's that sweeper where we know Gabriel likes to be more of that aggressive front-footed defender. So for me, listen, I can't see us going into that Liverpool game with Holding. I'm so sorry, Holding. You were absolutely amazing against a Crystal Palace.
Yep.
You had, I believe, 11 blocks. You had a 91%. That's how good you were. I remember your performance. 91% pass success rate.
Raw.
That's how good he was.
Yeah, no, his stats were crazy.
He was so good. I'm just now looking.
Crazy.
The level of Crystal Palace is here, and listen, they're actually a lot better than what they showed on the weekend. But they're so poor in terms of their sort of confidence. They're not playing well. So I'm just looking at it, I'm saying, look, that was that level. We're going up levels. We're going up levels and levels. You just read out the teams. We've got Liverpool. We'll have West Ham away. Listen, I know they're not great, but they're going to be really fighting for that to get out of that kind of position of being in the bottom 3 right now.
Yeah.
And then you've got Southampton again. Like these teams, yes, I just don't trust them on the consistency of 4, 5, 6, 7 games. I just don't know if he's got that in him. City away again. Listen,
Yeah,
he was good against Haaland. He was good against Haaland in the FA Cup, but
He was.
Haaland's got something different coming for these guys. So
I must say, I think for me, it's the playing out from the back and how vital Saliba is from that and his role. But listen, I think Holding can do a job against Leeds. I think some of the games he can be rotated in. I think he done so well against Crystal Palace, and actually it's not actually spoken about enough how well he did, and it shows that he could have stepped in some other games to save some of our back line. But I see some people in the comments. MK Adams says Rob holding it down. Frazie's stream says Holding can hold it. Pause. Simon Brandt says Holding defending against Liverpool. No thanks.
No, thank you.
We got
that high line from Arsenal that we play, right? It's just I don't want the spacing behind him, man, because he can't get back. And then what it does is, I feel for me, it just puts that much more pressure on someone like Gabriel. He has to think about how he's doing. Like, I know they work in a pair and in tandem, but it just moves and it shapes the way that Gabriel has to move and play around, and it just changes his game. And then Partey has to do a bit more, and Ben White has to, like, it just, there's so many like moving parts. And it just changes so much. Like, you want to have quality. How many times do we go into a game where we're like, oh, I wish we had this player. Partey against Man City. Partey against Man United. I want to go into a game where we've got our full team, and you know what? If we lose, we lose. We go down on our sword. We don't have to think about like, oh, if we had this player, if we had that player. That's what I want to do.
For the big games, I definitely agree with you. But MK Adams says after a game that he has, basically saying he should start the next game for us. And I actually agree. Against Leeds, I wouldn't be too angry if he is in there. If Saliba's not 100% fit. That is my case here. Sadiq says we can survive without Saliba. Nketiah did the job in January when we had our doubts. Trossard took it over and is doing the business. I believe Holding can fill in until Saliba is available. I like that. And then Amarlo says, can see the energy and vibes between Cecil and Guna Lee. Great match on the live show. It's always that, man. It's what it's about. And I want to get you guys involved. This is what these lives are about. This is a good one today. We've got some more topics. The next one, the blessings in disguise. Now, I spoke about it earlier. I didn't like the whole knocking out the Europa League. Don't enjoy that at all. I think you can't poo-poo a trophy that we haven't won. And it's something that, you know, for the mental state of a player, you want the momentum of being in a cup competition. But, you know, some people may see it as negative. For me, from a player's side and from being an Arsenal fan side, I would have liked to stay in it. But that's not the blessing in disguise we're going to talk about. The blessing in disguise we're going to talk about is the signings. Mudryk, Caicedo and Felix. I love Joao Felix. I think he would absolutely cook at Arsenal. Shame obviously went to Chelsea, I think for ridiculous money in the end anyway. We missed out on Caicedo. Again, we tried to go from that. Is he a player that we go back for in the summer? I want to know in the comments. I want to know if you would do that. But did we miss out on that? And was Jorginho a fair enough replacement? He's doing so well. He's doing well so far. And then lastly, Mudryk obviously did actually break my heart a little bit when we missed out to him. I'll be completely honest. To be honest, I didn't know enough of him in the sense of the Premier League, but he just looked like a player that I knew Arteta could get his hands on, and he was an exciting player. I love exciting players. He's gone to Chelsea, hasn't really hit the ground running, but is that because, this is the debate here, is that because he's gone to Chelsea? Same with Felix. Caicedo's obviously doing all right. He just signed an extension on his career, in his contract at Brighton. But would these players have flourished at Arsenal, and then they just dropped their levels because they're teams that are currently failing? Like, is it a blessing in disguise that we went for the likes of Trossard, Jorginho, or would you still consider, or would you still want those players, to be at Arsenal?
Well, listen, firstly, I'm going to say, look, when Partey first came, I'm sure Atletico Madrid fans were saying, oh, it's a blessing in disguise that we got the £50 million for him, because he didn't start the season well for us. He was horrible for us, actually. So
and injured for a lot.
And actually, to say how bad he was, in December, he had an interview and he said he would rate himself 4 out of 10.
Yeah. Oh,
so,
one.
Listen,
yes.
man, like,
you should have told me he was going to say that. I'm going to pop that one back up.
Hold on. I'm good at this stuff, man.
Yeah. I'll be honest, you plucked out. That's a good one to remember. So, I forgot about that.
Yeah, listen, but for me, look, I think Mudryk, I think he's going to be an absolute beast in this league. I just think give him some time. Give him some time. Look, Chelsea are a mess. So not everything's going to go well. Look, I love Sterling. Sterling's not been amazing. So I'm trying to be honest, and I'm trying to say, look, there are certain players that just, it's going to take them a little bit of time to adjust and get used to the setup that they're in right now.
Yeah.
The Caicedo one is the one that hurt me. The Caicedo, I genuinely believe if we had Caicedo, I would be like, league's done.
Swear, yeah.
League's done.
Serious.
I think Caicedo is.
Even with the experience of Jorginho and what he has, you're still on Caicedo.
Nothing. It's nothing to do with Jorginho. I think Jorginho was a great signing for us because we needed win now players, and that's why I wasn't too fussed with because I like the Trossard one. I like the Jorginho thing because they got experience. We're in the win now mode. We needed veteran players. We needed players that we know that can come in and make a difference right now. We don't have to step them in. We don't have to like tiptoe around them and think, oh well, they didn't play well, but because they've just come to the league, we already knew what these guys can do. We already knew that Jorginho's played in a European Championship final. He's played in the Champions League final. So
Caicedo hasn't had that experience though.
But I think with Caicedo, he's so specialised at what he does. He's so good. He is so. I think. Look, shout out to Tapping Tobes, man. Like he's got a phrase, a needle mover, and he spoke about that being with Perisic. Obviously, he's not turned out that way.
Yeah.
But I genuinely do believe Caicedo is a needle mover. I think he's so specialised. I just look at him, I think Kante. I genuinely do think that this guy, he can pass, he wins the ball back, he does the job of two man.
What Partey
easily.
does.
He literally does. And I think that then allows Partey to go further forward. I just think that just opens so many doors. So I genuinely do believe the Caicedo one is the one where there is no blessing in disguise. Even though Jorginho's made such a great impact. Listen, I'm never going to slander him, ever. I didn't slander him before, and I'm not going to slander him after.
You didn't swear?
No, because I thought that, as I said, we need these players win now.
Yeah, it's true. The experience, we needed it. We did.
I think people needed to separate the fact that we didn't get Caicedo, but we got another player. But so if we didn't have Caicedo, and we never was going for Caicedo, I think people would have been a lot more easier. Their mind would have been a lot more relaxed with Jorginho. It's because we were going for one player, and then we totally went left field and got another player.
Because he fitted this Arteta system so well. That's what I was so hurt.
So but the Caicedo thing, I just think if we get Caicedo next season, or I mean, we'll
summer. That's the next topic. Yeah, go on.
But if we get him, bro, even Champions League, I'm not writing that off. I'm not writing that off with this manager, this team. I think Caicedo is a real difference.
It's a lot of pressure on him.
It is a lot
for a young player. It's a lot of pressure on the Arsenal side.
It is, but remember, he was touted to go to Man United. He's been touted by Chelsea. He's been touted by Arsenal now and looked at. He's been doing it now for the whole season. He was also, his brain was rattled, and he's come back into the team and still putting great performances. I just think Caicedo's shown me something. And he's shown me he wants to step up because he wanted to really get that move. So I know it's a lot of pressure. And I'm not trying to put too much pressure on him. I'm just showing, this is a real good player. But again, it takes nothing away from Jorginho. Jorginho is dependable. He's an upgrade on El Nene, and he's an upgrade on Lokonga. And that is what we needed, and that's what we want. And that goal he scored against Aston Villa, the most wonderful thing about it is that's what experience gives you. The ability to take that shot. Yeah. Because if we had Lokonga would have passed it backwards. El Nene would have passed it sideways.
Yeah, 100%.
Because they don't, I mean, maybe not El Nene, but they just don't have that kind of.
No, it's experience.
It's just, it's in the big moments.
Yeah, he's just like, he's not, he's a young player. He would have thought, let me pass it off, pass the ball.
There you go.
Jorginho, he's been bigger, way bigger games than Aston Villa away. Yeah. Regardless of how much we're going for the title, he's thinking, bro, I've played in
Real Madrid. He played against Real Madrid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He played against Man City. He played against bloody all the big teams last season, and he's been doing it for his country. He did it remember, he won the bloody European Championship for Italy.
Yep.
In England.
Yep.
In London.
Yep.
Against England.
Yep.
Like, this ain't no small fry.
Yes, no
small fry, man. So listen, that's why I think, look, those three players, I think Felix would have balled out. I thought Caicedo would have been absolutely amazing. Mudryk would have been fantastic for us, but we've got what we've got now. And those players, I think they're going to do well at their clubs. I do. I'm not going to sit here and be shameless. I hope they flop. I mean, obviously, other than Caicedo, I think Caicedo, I want him to do well. But the other players, if they fail, I'll be all happy because ultimately they've brought the player and it's not worked for them. But I think they'll be all right. I think give him a bit of time. And as I said, Partey, when he came, he wasn't fantastic, but it takes a bit of time.
It does take time to bed in.
These people are human beings, bro. Like, when you move into a new job, you don't start in all guns blazing. Like,
so do you give the players that came in the current window more credit because they've come in, they have hit the ground running?
That's why Trossard looks to be like, I know I don't even want to take his shine. Turkish keeps saying, is Trossard one of the best January signings for Arsenal ever? Because look what he's done for Arsenal. I know we talk about Reyes.
Wasn't Aubameyang in January as well?
Yeah. No, he spoke about like someone like Reyes. I think in the first season he came in when we won the league. He scored 3 goals. from January to the end of the season.
Yeah.
We speak about the likes of Aubameyang.
To be fair, if we win the league,
if we win the league,
then
Trossard
there's a big argument there. To be
and
fair,
he's not a bit part player. He came on in his debut against Man United, got the pre-assist that then he passed it on. Like, you think about the goal he scored against Leicester. I know it was not given because of some stupid, like, whatever happened with the keeper, but that was a fantastic goal. He scored, he's assisted 3 times in one game. Bro, this guy is sourcing.
Fair.
And Jorginho, you think about what he's done. If he doesn't do another thing for us for the rest of the season,
Bro,
and we
that
win the league,
Villa goal, bro.
he saved our season. He did.
He did. No, bro, I said it. He paid back. He's paid back that fee already.
Yeah, I can't.
Let me quickly run on, because we're hitting the halfway mark of the show, and I do want to get to the main juice of this live, and I want everyone involved in it. But first, last little thing, where does this Arsenal team improve? Give me one position, your main target this summer. What position do you need to improve on? You're only allowed to pick one. Don't give me twos. Don't give me up front, midfield, the centre back. Give me one position that Arsenal have to fix. I don't want to say fix. I don't feel like it's not fixing, but improve on in the summer. One. You spoke about players there.
Do you know what? It's hard. I don't want to say fix or improve because I'm happy with everybody. What I will say is somewhere where I know we can add quality, midfield.
No, okay, be specific. Stop trying to do the cheating,
You know what?
bro.
No, okay, hold
on
on.
your essay, midfield. That could be anywhere.
I'm making it. I just want to put a PSA, public service announcement. I'm not saying that this guy is crap. I like this player, but if we can find a player that does a lot, maybe, you know, the defensive as well as the attacking in that box-to-box role, I'm going to say Xhaka. So in that left 8 role, someone who, and there's been rumours of the whole Declan Rice thing. There's been rumours of again Caicedo. Listen, it's clearly something that the manager wants because we've been going in for Declan Rice. We've been looking at Caicedo. So clearly, I'm only going off what the manager wants. So guys, please don't shoot me. But I'm saying if there was one position, I would have to say yes. That position would be the left 8 role. I'm not going anywhere in the forward line. I'm definitely not going anywhere in the defensive line. There's rumours with Cancelo that I heard for 50 million apparently, something like that. But I'm still quite happy with Zinchenko and I'm really happy with Tierney as a backup, so I'm not that fussed. So it's got to be midfield, and if it's not going to be Odegaard, I think he's probably one of the players of the season.
You're going to go to Xhaka's role instead of maybe the defensive mid role. Some people are saying CDM. People are agreeing with you, bro. They've said Xhaka, but you're not saying CDM, not to obviously replace someone's part, but to just give him cover, because you know, Arteta seems like he wants the lone CDM with 2 creative players in front, but we're not there yet. But if you have depth of like Partey and then someone that come in that can also keep that quality, then Arteta might be able to get that.
The reason why I said the the Xhaka role is because I was just thinking about who can come in and replace a first team 11 player. I feel like you can replace Xhaka as well as he's been, fantastic as he's been. But you can't replace Partey, bro. He's one of the best DMs in the world football.
But you can upgrade this Arsenal side by bringing in a Partey 2.0.
Yeah, you can, but I would rather just get someone who can come into the actual 11 and do what Xhaka does, and he can go on the bench.
Right.
And listen, I'm not saying he's a perfect option, but Xhaka can play the lone 6 role. I'm not saying he's great there.
Yeah.
He ain't got the legs to do it. I know, I'm not, but I'm just saying horses for courses, he can play there. Whereas I think Xhaka, he's really good as the box-to-box, but I think we can get someone who does exactly what he does defensively and just do a little bit more going forward. He can connect to that left winger role. He can connect to that. Bruno Guimaraes would be perfect.
Oh, he's quality.
Do you see my point?
He's quality.
He does the defensive. He's got and that's why I like him, because he's Brazilian. He's got the flair. He's got the skill. He's got the long shots. He's got all of the other stuff, but he's got the tenacity. And you don't think about lots of Brazilians, you know, over the last 20 years, you don't really think of many Brazilians who've got both. You think of Casemiro, that's now. You don't really think of many players that have got that Bruno Guimaraes where he's got the tenacity to go backwards, but he's also got the attacking wise, the long balls, the long shots, the connectivity to the left, to the right. He can do everything.
It's a good argument. It's a very good argument, because I'm trying to
straight 11.
Yeah, I'm trying to cancel that out by saying, but we have Partey, and then you might have an Odegaard and a Fabio Vieira. But Fabio Vieira doesn't replicate what Bruno Guimaraes is. But I can see, I know what I feel like I know what he wants. He wants that flary, like 2 flary people in front.
Let me ask you this question. And this is a question for the chat as well. I wonder if they'll be interested to answer it.
Go on.
Do you believe that what Xhaka is doing this season, he can replicate next season? Do you think what Partey's doing this season, he can replicate next season? I trust Partey to do what he's doing now, next season. I don't know if Xhaka can give me what he's given me this season to the same extent next season.
I believe, personally, I don't think he can, but I believe he believes if he doesn't win, remember what he said in that interview, if I don't achieve, I'm only saying until I achieve something great at this club. So I think if we don't get anything this season, he will then be like, I can do it again. And I think mentally he will believe, and he will tell, him and Arteta will have a conversation. I feel like they will try and stay until he does that. He's a stubborn character. I know
That's not that. Listen, I would never ever. I'm not gonna say.
But listen, this is not a criticism of Xhaka,
yeah,
because bro, you've been probably he's been amazing this season. There's no harm in that, but there's no slander in that. But yeah, no, that is a good question. Partey, I do believe he can replicate what he's done this season, but I also worry about the injuries that he's still. I know it hasn't been touched with. It's been a while. But I do worry that, even next season, I expect Partey, if he's having this much pressure to perform at this level consistently, the way Arsenal are playing, there's going to be an injury again.
Who would you go for?
Oh, now I've just took myself out of
Come on. Oh. I think I know you're going to say, but
the thing is, no, it's a hard one because, like, I expect Partey can reach those levels again, but I just expect him to get injured again. So it's like, okay, cool, you're going to hit those levels, but what are you going to miss for the team that's going to be so important? So if you're asking who's going to hit those levels again, Partey, of course. Xhaka, the fan in me says, boy, you did a madness this season. Can you do that again? Can you improve? It's not even about doing it again, because I now want more. Like what he's done since who's been back since Jesus has been back in the side and Martinelli's back in the side. He's improved more. He's been pushed more further forward, and he's now back to what we saw of him in the start of the season. I need that for the whole season, next season, if you want to go to that next level. But I believe Partey can do that more than Xhaka. So so fair. I know I went around the houses. That's a good question. But yeah, I think that the one position you've said Xhaka's role. Mine was a striker, but now with Balogun firing and Eddie and that, I know he's still to come back. But Jesus, we've got a good front line. CDM, I still want a Declan Rice or Caicedo. So my mind went CDM as well. I saw someone else went CDM, and I saw just quickly a comment here from MK Adams says, he said the bench low to improve one position. And my thing is CDM, but it's not to replace Partey again. It's to strengthen that bench thing, because I want a Caicedo. I want to be able to bring off Partey and Caicedo. Nothing changes. We go to another level. So yeah, rambled on there. The main bit is coming right now. Just quickly, we did a poll. Does it go to the final game? 44% of you said yes, but 56% of you said no. So either there's haters in the chat thinking you ain't even gonna win it, so it ain't gonna go to the final game, or it's they're confident in saying no, it's not gonna go to the final game.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I would say about 30% of that is bloody flex and his fake accounts, bro. He's flex, man. Get off the bloody YouTube page, man. He does
not want to see us do it. Let me tell you that. I was with him last night and he was winding me up.
Yeah.
Nathan with a super chat says, big up to you, Cecil. Been watching AFTV for ages, probably since 2014. I remember when both of you, man, came in. Tell these man to be fearless, and that's how I kind of live. Enjoy the moment.
Big up, man.
Enjoy the moment. Enjoy it. Thank you as well. It's been a long journey, but we're striving. Anyway, now's time. Nathan, read my super chat. I got you, my brother. Thank you. Appreciate you. Let's go into the main topic. Now, everyone listening and watching, I want you guys to get involved. You can just do it in one comment. Give me your 1 in order to 5. Currently, your best Arsenal players right now. 1 to 5 in order. Don't cheat. Don't just give me 5 names. 1. Your top down to 5. Now I'm going to give you, like I said, I sparked this debate in the office today, and Robbie and Lee wanted to get involved. So let me start with Robbie's 1 to 5 right now on screen for you. He's gone with Bukayo Saka number 1, Thomas Partey number 2, Odegaard number 3, Saliba 4, and Xhaka 5. Hopefully he'll be able to do a video where he can explain why his selection is this. We're going to go to Lee's now, quite similar. Lee judges Saka number 1, Partey number 2, Odegaard number 3, Ben White's number 4, Granit Xhaka number 5. Right now. Now I've got my board, and me and Lee are gonna do this with everyone in the chat as well. Do it in one comment, 1 to 5. Please like the video as well, because I spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to get you guys involved and enjoy this one. Like the video. Let's get the likes up, please. It really helps us, so please get the likes up. So yeah, it's free. If you want to see Arsenal in the league, hit the like. There might be some haters in the chat. They ain't gonna hit the like now, but it is what it is. Right. I'm gonna give you my 1 to 5. We're gonna do reasons. We're gonna debate it.
Yeah.
All right, let me just turn it around. My 1 to 5 Arsenal players right now. Number 1, Bukayo Saka. We'll talk about it in a second. Odegaard, number 2. Thomas Partey, number 3. Gabriel Martinelli, number 4. Number 5 is Aaron Ramsdale. That's my 1 to 5 right now. Lee, let me see yours. Hold up to the screen.
Listen, man, I'm going to go Saka number 1, Odegaard number 2, Ben White number 3. I think Partey is going to be number 4, and then Gabriel Magalhaes is going to be number 5.
Right, let's talk then, my G. Let's do this.
It's got to be.
Bukayo Saka, number 1, we agree. I mean, numbers, assists, goals,
importance,
everything. He's a player that I feel like even the Arsenal players look at and think, blood, I need you to get us out of this right now. He's going to go whatever. But we don't have to talk about Bukayo Saka, star boy and everything. He encompasses everything that is great around Arsenal.
He is now. Arsenal to me.
Yeah, same. Basically. He's the poster boy. And that's no disrespect because it's a team game.
Yep.
We're not shitting on anyone. It's a team game. We love you all, but Bukayo Saka is that for us. That's why I think number 1 across the board as well, by the way. That's not me. That's not just me, Lee. That's also Lee as well, judges, and Robbie. Number 2. Oh, we've both gone for Odegaard.
Yeah, Odegaard. I think Odegaard, listen.
That's interesting. I don't think many...
I'm just saying simply Odegaard because, listen, people at the start of the season, oh, is he the captain of Arsenal? Can he do this? Can he do that? Is he going to be able to lead? And he's led by performances. He's led by example. He's shown that he's not only captain of Norway, but he's captain of Arsenal. And that means a lot. And he loves Arsenal. And listen, we can talk about all the intangibles, but when you talk about this guy on the pitch, everything flows through him. If he doesn't play and we have to be playing with Fabio Vieira, I'm sorry, but right now you can see there's a clear difference between the two. And I just think when you look at Odegaard, you almost do see Arsenal as well. You see Arsenal in him. I think the quality oozes out of him. I can't talk about anything else. The numbers as well. He's got goals. He's got assists. Everything about
Ozil and Odegaard comparison. Does Martin Odegaard become more of a key player to Arsenal than Ozil was?
I think Odegaard's it's hard to say because he's only been in 1.5 seasons. But I think Odegaard's going to turn out to be, and I have to say currently he is more important. And the reason why is because he doesn't do the whole giving up thing. Listen, I love Ozil and I spoke about him on my channel, but we can't forget that he actually did at times do some madness where, he would walk around, he would throw his headband on the floor when he was asked to be subbed off. He wouldn't come off or he would walk off, and we're like, bro, get off the pitch, man. Like we want to score a goal. So listen, I love Ozil. He helped us to end our barren spell of not winning any trophies. Won 4 trophies, but most of his top talents was at Real Madrid.
Fair. Yeah. Okay, so Odegaard, and you know what? I just wanted to say a number on as well. Like he come on loan to us, did well, but then when we heard about him coming back, I think there was still a bit of murmurs like, why? Like, no, I want something different. Madison's out there.
Everyone wanted Madison.
So I got to give Odegaard his flowers on that sense as well. And he is the captain of the side and he leads by example. And I just think, do you know what it is? It's the details for me. I'm a player that loves football as an art. And he encompasses that. He glides at times. He presses, a bit manic, but he presses well. The reverse through balls. He does cheeky things. I saw him do a flip flap. I remember him do a flip flap in the get, bro. But you know, like I know that is a skill that footballers should be able to possess. But just he was on the move. Like it's just in his footwork. Like things like that. That's what.
Listen, his comp at the end of the season is going to be absolutely
crazy.
His comp is going to be nasty. The stuff that he's done this season, nice. So I listen, I 100% agree with you.
I agree, and I just think I sometimes want him to shoot a tiny bit more, but I remember I was moaning that he doesn't shoot enough at the beginning, in last season. Come back, started adding goals to his game. Martin Odegaard, number 2. So we spent a long time on that. Here's a number we don't agree on here. I've gone Partey 3, you've gone Partey 4, but you've gone Ben White 3. So is Ben White more important than Partey for you? Talk to me, because you put it's in order.
Listen, I'm not shameless about this. Benny Blanco, I call him. He's my favourite player, man. He's actually genuinely, he's my favourite Arsenal player.
I did hear you say that. I think you said that in the watch number. I paused. I said, what?
Nah, I think everything about Ben White, like, you know what I like about Ben White?
He doesn't give a
do you know what? He doesn't watch football. He doesn't care about football. He doesn't care what anyone thinks of him. He doesn't care about playing for England. He doesn't care about if he's chosen or not. He just does his job. He does his job every single game, 7, 8 out of 10 minimum. You've seen that throughout the season.
One game was a bit slop.
Man United away.
Cool.
Okay, fine. But
Cool.
I can think about there's been times in the first half, second half when Partey's been a little bit like, bro, where's your passing going? Yeah. So that's not to take even Odegaard. We've seen poor performances.
Yeah, no, he's been missing some passes. Yeah,
so
fair.
listen, I'm not gonna talk about one game where he was absolutely terrible and talk about his whole season, man, because.
But Ben White over Partey.
Ben White for me, I've seen the improvement. I've seen him get better and better. He scored that great goal against Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Bro, that finish, difficult, and he just effortlessly.
But Saliba scored a great goal against Bournemouth away, bro. I don't see Saliba in there.
He did. But I think what the issue with Saliba is the first half of this first 19 games he was out of this world. Yeah. I think post World Cup he's been up and down, peaks and troughs. Whereas I think Ben White has been a constant, to be fair, he
did a little bit after the World Cup.
Yeah, but
my friend.
Yeah, I think it was more due to tiredness. I don't think like the same thing they were saying Martinelli's been poor. I was like, no, because I think that Xhaka was kind of.
That's true. Martinelli had a drop.
I think he kind of didn't connect with him, and that's why he was losing the ball. And listen, I just think Ben White, man. I think Benny Blanco
over Partey. You're gonna double down on that, yeah?
Double down, man. Yeah, double down. I think Ben White.
Even though there's cover there for Ben White, there's Tomiyasu. I know he hasn't been great, but Partey, the level does drop when he's not on the field. You still stick, Ben White is free for you.
Listen, do you know what made it? You know what showed me that Bournemouth game? Who did he bring on? He took off Tomiyasu and he brought on Ben White. I know Partey was on the pitch. I'm not blaming him, but when Ben White came on, shit turned around. Listen, man.
You love Ben White.
I love Ben White, bro. Listen, man. I love players that stick it to other players. Like, remember last season we played Brentford away. That he lost one header. Oh, £50 million.
Yeah.
Why is everyone buying? Why are you buying him? What? Oh, Teta doesn't know what he's doing. He's just this. He's that. He's a Lego head. He's got all of his hair intact. I'm like, bro, how does this guy get cussed because he's got all his hair? Bro,
yeah, no, I hear it.
Ben White is. Super. I don't understand how you don't get picked. I don't get it.
No, do you know what? I love doing this because I feel like fans, you're digging into the things you like about this person more than performance. Don't get me wrong. All these people, listen, everyone on the Arsenal side this season's been phenomenal. So this is why it makes it so difficult. But we're digging into the things we like, the characteristics. The price tag was so high, but look how he's proved you all wrong. He doesn't give a shit. That's one big thing. And I'm speculating here. The reason why I feel like he's not been called up so much for England is because, I don't know, Gareth Southgate might have a thing where he's like, this is such a big deal, like you're playing representing your country, but Ben White, I just feel like he's like,
he's got this
it is what it is,
like,
I don't care.
It's a languid approach, and I'm not that fussed. Like, if I get picked, I get picked. If I don't get picked, I don't get picked. Yeah. But he loves Arsenal, and that's all I care about. So for me, look, Ben White, for me, Benny Blanco, man, he's my guy, man. All
right. I do disagree and I think Partey does go third, but listen, this is our own. These are our own, so that's why Partey for me obviously 3. You've gone with Partey as well. I think it's not self-explanatory. Thomas Partey is, even though there has been injuries which made me doubt where I put him, because it's the inconsistencies for me, and I can't. I've got to be true to myself and true to you guys. There was times at the beginning before the season where we was doing player of the season or top 10 and who needs to keep, buy, sell and all that, and I was like, availability is the best.
There you go.
Best ability and Thomas Partey wasn't always available. Of course, he's been a bit more available this season, but still there has been injuries there. And that has hindered my love for him, but I cannot disregard how important he is for this Arsenal side. When he's in the team, he doesn't really go, unless you're looking out for what he does, he kind of goes unnoticed, but breaking up play, pushing the ball forward, it's all good breaking up play, but if you're going to pass it backwards and invite pressure on you, it doesn't. That's what. No offense to Lokonga, I think that's what he needs to work on in his game. That's what he kind of did. He kept it safe. Partey will break up the play and then be like, I'm going straight forward because we're going to go and attack. That is a massive thing to get this Arsenal team going and firing and quick goals and how we've impacted games, and Partey is the catalyst for that. So he had to be in there, I think, for everyone.
Of course. And listen, going off your point, I think the reason why I like Partey is because he punches the ball forward. Yeah. It's never, I must go backwards. It's always, can I go forwards? So never go backwards. Can I go forwards? And that's what I like about him. I just think that his role is just so unique. They don't call him TP5, the octopus, for no reason. They call him that for a reason, because he wins the ball back. He never loses his jewels, and if he does, he's going to be running back to get that ball. And again, I think the way that he sprays the ball out to the left, to the right, He wins headers. He scored a wonder goal against Spurs, so he had to be in my top 5 anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, listen, Thomas Partey, I don't really feel like there's much that I can say to kind of give him any more flowers. I think he's amazing. He is, along with Saka, world class.
Here we go, yeah. Anto Bayo, I hope I said your super chat name right. He's got a photo of Tobes. It could be his brother Tosin, but I'm sure it's Tobes. I'm gonna give you a clap for this super chat. Without Ben White, Saka isn't number 1 on all your lists. Boom! if he said that, then I'd be like, fair, yeah. That is, big up.
Listen,
you should have just said that. That's not personal traits. That's not what you like about him. He's right. I'm just
saying. Look, the guy Ben White, man.
He brings out the best in Saka.
Listen, man, this guy is different, bro. His technique, when he crosses the ball, he always goes to his target, bro. The guy Ben White, Benny Blanco, is different. He's different gravy. But listen,
I like that. Okay, fair. We're gonna go to now. I'm gonna speak a bit because my next 2 are not on Lee's list, and he's gonna speak on his last one. But let me go to number 4 for me was Martinelli, Gabriel Martinelli. Now, I love Gabriel Martinelli. I just think what he's come through. He came from a Brazil team in step 4 in League 4. Young player. He come through. No one really heard of him. No one really knew about him. Let's be honest. No one did. I mean, if you did, fair play. But Robbie didn't. I didn't. Came in under a lot of pressure. Didn't really get his time. Had to wait for his time to come into this side, and just grew with this Arsenal side and everything about him. What he stands for. He just wants to play football. You know, it's just sends his money to his family. He doesn't care about how much he's being paid. Just wants to play football. The coming back off, the penalty miss and scoring recently, being superb there. The fact that we're being linked to the likes of Mudryks, the Trossards, and that mentally for him. Everyone always said we need to work on that left side. No one wants to talk about Saka. No one's talking about that side. That's fine. The left side, Martinelli had to go through all that. Had to be like, do you know what? Okay, keep going. I need to keep proving to them I can do this. And he's hitting numbers now. He's just a player I love. And maybe it is a bit of bias, but Martinelli, but I have to give it to him. And he's quality, man. He's absolutely quality. And he's added to what I wanted to his games, goals and assists. And he's a tyrant. And he's got a higher ceiling. There's more. I know there's more to come from him. So for me, number 4, and the reason why he's at number 4, he's not as high up, is Gabriel Martinelli. I'm a fan. But yeah, Martinelli, big him up every time.
Preach, man.
Love, man. But yeah, I don't know if anyone's to argue with that or debate that, but it's our own list, and if people agree, you agree. But that's why I put him in there, number 4. We're gonna go to number 5 now. I want to go with you.
Yeah.
Gabriel Magalhaes.
Yeah. Listen, man. I think if there's
this one's gonna be tough.
There's probably about 1,000 of you in the chat now. If you've been watching me on AFTV, I've been skeptical of him at times. I think some of
Did you say the bozo gene and that at times?
I've never ever said the bozo
okay,
gene.
Good,
No. I just said that he can make mistakes. I acknowledge that. And last summer I had a chat with Robbie. We did a live, and the live was talking about where can we upgrade. This is when we were trying to get Martinez.
Yeah.
Lisandro Martinez, and Robbie asked me where would he play, and I said centre back. Because Gabriel, I felt like, was a good centre-back, but he can make mistakes.
Right.
And I just think people too many times, they can have slander of somebody, but when you see clear improvements, you have to give it to somebody, and you have to say, look, they have made pro improvements. And I just think what I've always wanted from Gabriel is to be the solid, competent centre-back.
Yeah.
And I just felt that he wasn't. I felt he made too many mistakes. But this season, I just think that he's been absolutely immense. And as I said, I can't give it out and not see when there's improvements. And I just think he's...
So out of the back line, you put Ben White actually.
Ben White's good. But I just think Gabriel, he's been an absolute rock. He scores goals. He got, I think, 6 goals last season.
Yeah, he got the most goals from centre-back.
I think the only game where he's been... I think only game he's been poor this season was Man City at home, where he gave away a penalty and he was a little bit, shaky. But overall, honestly, this guy... He's just a man mountain, and I think if he played for Man United, if he played for Man City, there'll be a lot more, hype about him. I think because he plays for Arsenal, in truth, none of our players really get hyped the way they should do because they play for Arsenal. But Gabriel, for me, he is out of this world. I think I really, really do think Gabriel is a person that I'm banking on now to, start to move into that kind of Vidic territory of a centre back. He has to do it for longer. He has to win the Champions League. But I'm talking about the type of centre back. I'm like, I know I'm going to get a dependable 7, 8 out of 10 from you. He's scoring goals. He's keeping clean sheets. He's marshalling defenses. And listen, you always have to go off this main stat and main quote. To win a title, you need to have a good defense.
Yeah.
And I have to have the centre back in there. I can't.
I don't do that because I ain't got a centre back. Don't try to do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
What did they say? What defense wins you titles, and what is it like? The strikers win you games. Strikers win you games.
Defenses win
For
you
me,
titles.
listen, I have to put Gabriel in there because I'm not going to sit here and say that I've always been like high up on him, because I wasn't last season. I thought he needed to improve. This season, he's been solid. I think even the first 19 games, yes, Saliba was out of this world, but it doesn't mean Gabriel was poor. I just think Saliba was just so good.
Yeah, fair.
And
fair.
That's where
I think either one. I think if you went with either centre back, there's an argument for. Listen, the whole team you could argue, but yeah, you can go for either one. It's preference. But I love Gabriel Magalhaes as well. And
do you think Gabriel's a top 10 centre back in the world right now? I think he is.
Yeah, but is it Arsenal bias though? Because I'd probably put Saliba in there as well.
All right,
though.
so the two Real Madrid.
Yep.
I might throw in Upamecano. So that's your twin and and what's his name? Not Alaba. What's the other brother's name? Rudiger.
Yeah, Rudiger. Who else is going on right now? Who else is going on right now?
I've got Thiago Silva.
You've got to do Man City's as well.
Thiago Silva.
Yep, Thiago Silva.
I'm not putting Man City's in there because they ain't this season. I'm talking about this season. Man City ain't even they've been chopping and changing. Ake's been the main guy.
Ake's been very, but he's been good. He's been very good though.
I'm not saying top 10.
He's not top 10 and what? Yeah, I don't know who.
So Thiago Silva, that's 4.
Yep.
I might throw, as I said, Upamecano, so that's 4. If I'm going to Barcelona,
no.
Araujo, I think he's good, but
he's good, but
I don't think top 10. I don't think top 10.
Who's Bayern centre backs quickly? Let me think. I remember I need.
But it's Upamecano when.
Oh yeah, he's got to be now. Yeah, of course.
What's the other body's name? I'm just trying to think like. Man City, no. Man United, I'm not putting for me. I'm not really. I'm not putting Varane in there. Nah, not really. I'm not putting Lisandro Martinez
Liverpool,
in there.
I know they've been.
No, this season, no.
Can't really do it.
They were.
I know. I'm thinking about. You know me. I'm holding on to their pass.
But Gabriel, when you actually deep it, maybe because the quality's not been amazing, whatever. Gabriel Magalhaes has been a top 10 centre back this season. It's unfounded. PSG, don't joke with that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm about. You see where I went. You see where I went. Straight away, I was like, yeah, you can't.
Anyone in the Italian league? No.
Oh, actually, no. You
Juventus?
No. You can't do that.
No.
Bro.
AC Milan? No. I might say, if I had to, even if I had to, I had to put Varane in there. That's still 5.
Yeah, he's in there.
I'm telling you, Gabriel's a top 10. Gabriel is a top 10 centre back in world football, bro.
He's in there.
He is a.
He's in there. And I think Saliba is as well, but yeah.
Garvio, people are saying. But again, I'm not.
Garvio, yeah.
All right, but even the Kim Min Jae guy, right, for Napoli. Okay, cool. Let's say that's 6. Let's say I put Garvio in there. That's 7, yeah, or he's a top 10 centre back in world football, bro.
He's in there.
And I can't leave him out there. If we win the league,
Romero,
bro, come on, man. Let's not joke with that one, bro. Like, nah. So like, I'm just saying, look, all of these centre backs, Kim Min Jae. That's still not that. I'm like 10. He's 9, 8, 10.
9, 8, 10. All right, cool. No, do you know what? Fair. Like I said, we went to 5. Your 5. Your 5th one is Gabriel Magalhaes. Either one of the two.
Yeah, either.
My 5th was Ramsdale. Aaron Ramsdale. And I know people are probably going to be like, what the hell? Because you're right. Defenses do win you titles. That is a saying. Strikers win you games. But I don't believe this team ticks without Ramsdale. I've seen... No disrespect to Matt Turner, but there is definitely a shift when he's not in between the sticks, when Ramsdale's in there. Distribution is amazing. Again, I pull onto some of the traits of when he first signed and the money that he was supposed to be coming in for, and people are all against him. I think he doesn't get enough credit for what he does, because rival fans hate the shithousery that he does, so no one ever really wants to credit him because they probably dislike Ramsdale's character, but I love it. The shots and the saves that he makes are incredible. Even in most games we play, pretty much every game we played, Ramsdale makes one key save that can literally spin the game on its head. And he always pulls one off that, again, will change the face of the game. So I have to highlight that. I can't even think where he has like poor games. The only thing I can really go to is the penalties in the Europa League. But if we're looking at top 5 Arsenal players right now, and I'm going through like Premier League, Ramsdale for me has to be in there. Distribution, the start of our attack is Aaron Ramsdale from the back, from his playing out from the back. His distribution leads to many of the goals that we score. His abruptness to play fast and getting it forward. His leadership as well. The shithousery I love. Aaron Ramsdale encapsulates everything I want in a goalkeeper. And he's a big game player for me. So Ramsdale, Yep, I think he does. Oh, I've actually got some numbers as well. I believe he has. I'm actually going to do this top head. 12 clean sheets. He's joint top with Nick Pope. And when I spoke about Gabriel Martinelli, this is a stat that James might like or probably poo-poo, but it was XT, which means expected threat. Martinelli's the top with the most carries because obviously you see him carry the ball. But forget all the stats. From what I see, I love Ramsdale. I think he's key in goal, and like when I see the drop when someone else is in goal. But Ramsdale was my number 5, and to be honest, I got a lot of stick for that in the office. No one else really had Ramsdale. That's fine because they said a defense line, and I get that. You can go. Zinchenko could be in.
Honourable mention Zinchenko.
Have to. Gabriel Saliba, centre back pairing, incredible. Ben White. There's a whole back line. Maybe I'm biased because I'm a striker. I go for the attackers, and then the goalkeeper's the ones normally trying to save my goals. So it's just is what it is. But that is my 1 to 5. That is Lee's 1 to 5. I have got some super chats to read out just before we kind of wrap up here. Ali says, surprise, there's no shouts for Zinchenko. He's our main playmaker and key to our success. His enthusiasm is infectious. A genuine relevant.
Do you know what it is, Ali? Yeah? Listen,
revelation.
He is a revelation. He's changed the way that I see a left back now, a full back. But do you know what it is?
There is some.
I just feel like there's some times where his passing is poor. He takes a long time. I remember that
he gets away with it as well because of
the Aston Villa game. He lost the ball. Then they conceded, and because it left 1-on-1. Saliba 1-on-1, and then obviously Ollie Watkins, your other twin, he you're one of your triplets. He scored. So listen, man, I just think, and you know what it is. I know this is going to sound horrible to say, but I just think that if you put Tomiyasu in the left back role, he gives you something different, but you can work with that. If Tierney's in that role, he gives you something totally different. He can't do the inverted fullback role, but you can work with it. I'm not saying that you can't do, but I just feel with Ben White, I just don't know. Like I just feel like you can't work with it. You can't
put Tomiyasu in there though. There isn't. It doesn't cook the way him and Saka cook. But I think you can put him in there. You can't put Turner in goal. Do you know with Ramsdale and it's fine.
But I know. But do you know? I look. I know. Maybe that was harsh to say. But I just
that was pretty harsh to say as well.
I really like Zinchenko. I think he's an amazing footballer. Technique is out of this world.
It's unbelievable.
I saw a video with him and some other guys.
Oh, the touches, the 3 touches.
The last one.
Oh my days.
But I don't know. There's something about him where I think that he has some really good moments in the game, and he's outstanding throughout a whole game. And in his other games, there are a little bit of like shaky moments, and I'm sure every player has that in their Partey has it in his game, so that happens. But I don't know. There's something with Partey where just something with Zinchenko. I'm like, you've been amazing, but I just have other players just a bit above you. I don't know what it is.
We got 40 side with a super chat that says Martinelli deserves more credit. He plays alone on the left. This is another good point. Another point. Plays alone on the left with next to no support, and everything goes through the right, and is still our top scorer. Is he also? Is he? Martin? Oh, yeah, he is. He is. Where's Martin Odegaard? Mike, see, hey. Big up for your side. You're building a point. Hey, everyone didn't have Martinelli in your top 5s. I see you lot, That's it. I've enjoyed this. This was good.
Listen, man.
This was good. Nice top 5 there. Keep letting us know in the comments below as well, people. After the video is live, let us know your top 5 continuous. I'm sure this will be a conversation now. This is what happens. Something comes on AFTV, I'm not going to credit us, it goes round online and whatnot, and then everyone starts to get involved. Let us know your top 5s, 1 to 5. I'm going to end the show by showing my top 5 to the camera. Lee, you show yours.
I want to know who wins. I need to get some. We need to get out these 2 teams. Who wins out our 2 teams?
In the 5-a-side. And then lastly, to finish off, I just want to bring up Robbie's again, top 5, and then Lee's straight after as well. So here's Robbie's, just to give you a reminder. Top 5 players currently at Arsenal in order, and then Lee's as well.
Shout out, man.
Big up, Goonerly. Thank you for joining me.
Come on, man. Always.
Thank you very much, people. Thank you for getting involved in the chat and watching and listening along. Enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget to head over to DR Sports to watch the watch along with the AFTV takeover. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you again soon. Peace.
Come and check out the Tactical Insight Show. Graham and I break down Arsenal's 4-1 win against Palace. What kind of things do we cover, Graham?
It's going to be such a good one this week. We go 8 points clear at the top of the table, James. Match stats, closing stats, goal recreations, our normal features all there. But we've added 1 or 2 extras in this week. We're going to look at that Arsenal right-hand side. You're going to talk about that Trossard false 9 performance, and I'm going to actually end the show with a real nice Tottenham stat.
It's a proper good stat. We'll see you in a bit.